I don't normally do this. I don't really dare share like my personal life, but I'm so heated right now because, you know, these jobs nowadays have so many different ways to screw you over as an employee. So, yeah, for y'all been following the channel, like I haven't had a good few months, ever since my aunt died back in late March. It's been real tough. It's been real life has been real tough lately. You know, last week, I went to um last week I went to the emergency room. I was having issues with my back the last few months. Just a little stiffness, a little out of shape stiffness. And so I went to the emergency room, I was seen, gave me a doctor's note. I had to call in for a few days because they was giving me some medicine that would make me pretty drowsy. So did that, came back to work. Um, did that, came back to work and gave my management the doctor's note. Skip forward to this week. The AC went out at the house. So I had to call the landlord, stay home so I can let the AC guy in. So I had to call in at work again. So if you guys been following this channel long enough, like you know where I work, right? And one thing I'm very sick of with this job is the the means of which they try to figure out not to pay you for time. They want you at work. This job is pretty much transactional. Like if you're not at work, they really don't want to pay you. And even with the notes, the notes got to be, they're so strict on it that the notes have to say that you can't work. You're unable to work, basically. And this is in our contracts. My thing is, a lot of this is just managerial discretion, right? If you know your employees long enough, you know people who've had attendance issues. Like if you're a manager of any kind, like you know your employees long enough, like you know who's the problem with their attendance and all that stuff. So, with the last few months, because I had to take a couple weeks off to bury my aunt, to go home, be with my family. We was grieving and we buried her, and it was, I still feel it to this day. It's a little bit better nowadays, but I still feel it. Um, but then with with the issues going on with my back, um, I went, that's been lingering too. And then, the AC going out and stuff like that. So, I've been really pushing myself really hard. I've been really just trying to, be a provider, and, when I just found out today earlier that he's not trying to pay me for any other time that I had off. That means he's taking my holiday pay from Monday, the day I called in too. So those 2 days with those other 3 days that I called in last week, he's not trying to pay me. So now I'm in a place where right now there's not much overtime at work because there's the volume of work is very low, the lowest I've ever seen it in the 10 years I've been here. And money's already looking real ashy. You know what I mean? So I'm like in this place where I'm just so sick of the means of which, like, I've been doing this 10 years. I earned my time to call in. I've earned that. What's wrong with paying me? What's wrong with paying me? And I understand what stuff's saying contractually and stuff like that. That these letters have to be a certain way. I understand those things. That don't make it right. That don't make it right to have people work hard for you, risk their health and their bodies and being out there in the sun, in any kind of weather, driving in ridiculous traffic, being vulnerable to these things. And soon as they need some time for themselves, they can't use none of the sick time. They can't use none of the vacation time or the time that's granted to them for the work they've done. They make it hard. They find loopholes. And this is the reason why I want to become a creator, y'all. This is the reason why I want to be full-time on YouTube. At least to some degree, I can control what I'm doing. I can control what I make. You know what I mean? And, this is not me saying I'm gonna quit my job or anything like that. Even though I was there today. I don't like people trying to control my money. I know what I do. I'm very honest about when I call in to have a reason to call in and bring doctor's notes and all that stuff. I've been doing my best I can to do that. But not paying me when I've shown you documentation, not paying me is so offensive to me. It's so offensive. It's so offensive. Like I'm furious right now. I'm furious. Like I was pissed off. Like if you would have saw me 3 hours ago from the making of this video, like you would have seen an anger on Muggs that you guys would not be familiar with. I don't like people playing with my money. I don't like people playing with my family, my ability to take care of my family. I don't like people playing with that. I don't like people playing with that. And so all I'm saying, if my content ever meant anything to you guys, I'm saying, please consider helping a brother out this time. The check next week I'm getting is going to be bad until this is resolved and I need help to pay bills. And I'm just trying to exhaust all my resources. I don't like necessarily asking people for money either, but I don't like taking out payment advances. But, so I just come to you guys and ask for help. If you want to if you want to donate to me, you can definitely use the PayPal. You can use the PayPal. You can use the CashApp, and you can use Buy Me a Coffee. I'm able to kind of get that money real quick. Right now, anything can help. I'm probably gonna be short at least $1,000. Not being paid at my job. I'm gonna be short about 1,000. And I got bills due. I got rent due. I got rent due. I'm right now. I'm trying to figure out what to do. That's a lot of money to make in 1 week. And that's all I got for you guys, man. I appreciate anything you guys can do. Links will be in the description below. And I see you guys at the next reaction, all right?